or something?
Just go for that one, Joe. That one's good.
Oh, sweet.
All right, we'll get you dialed up.
Well, Hars, good morning out here.
Yeah. Yes, it is, isn't it?
Yes, it is. All right, we'll let you go ahead and get started.
What time is it there?
It's 1:09 a.m. over here.
All right.
And we're all looking like Will's dog right now.
Yeah. Well, we're going to make it work here.
Yeah. Do you want to start with questions, or did you want us to open with?
Well, we'll get questions here in just a second. First thing is, I'm really proud of our team. Make this trip, and do it a little bit differently than we've done before. We know Hawaii is tough when you come here and play them on the island, and we found a way to win. We had some guys go out tonight. We had other guys step up. We had the offense on the field at the end of the game. Hank was able to make a play. We felt like he got it. We challenged it. We got the first down. We were able to finish the game on offense. That's how you always want to win a game on the offensive side, is keeping the offense on the field and taking a knee. And I was really proud of our guys. I thought special teams was the dagger tonight that created momentum. Avery scored again. We were able to do some things on special teams, kind of play that game back and forth with Hawaii and create positive yards that helped our offense out, helped our field position. So overall for our guys, you'll look at plenty of things that we need to clean up, but anytime you win a game and you're able to do it in a trip like this, an environment like this, I'm really proud of those guys, and told those guys in the locker room, every win is something we can learn from, but it's powerful. And we celebrated it that way. These guys, when they get on the plane tonight, they should feel like they've accomplished something. They should feel proud of themselves. Hopefully we get a little bit of rest. We'll land, we'll test, we'll go home, we'll rest a little bit, we'll come back, and we'll get on to San Jose State that didn't play this week. And we'll watch the film we've got. We'll do the best we can to recover. We'll get guys out there on Tuesday practice, and we'll be ready to play on Saturday. So with that, questions?
All right, Ron.
So, Coach, you mentioned that special teams was the dagger again. Avery Williams seemed like a threat last year, but this year it just seems like he's guaranteed to make a play every game. Have you seen anything different from him in terms of preparation? What is it that sets him apart this season?
Well, he's a better player than he was last year. So his development, the work he did in the offseason is showing up. And I also think the guys around him are better players, just as far as their development, right? Guys that have been on those teams, guys that did that last year, they've gotten better at it, which is what you would expect. If you're doing the right things, you're doing the proper work to go out there and improve yourself. I think that's showing up. I do think there's belief on special teams that we can make plays and change the game. So to me, it's not one guy, it's all guys. It's all the guys. It's an all-in mentality, right? That's what we talk about on special teams. And certainly Avery is special because when he gets his opportunity, he's going to capitalize on it. So we got to give him an opportunity. And I think the guys that are out there on kickoff return or punt return or whatever unit it is, they're working together, all 11 guys doing their job and doing it with great effort, great technique. And that's how you put yourself in a position to make plays like we've been making on special teams. And tonight we needed momentum. We needed something on special teams to help us open this game up a little bit, and that's exactly what happened. And we talked about it last night, that special teams could be the dagger in this game, and I really felt like when we scored, that was the momentum. And Hawaii did a good job coming back. That was the momentum we needed. And guys on the sideline were excited. All of a sudden the energy changes, and when you talk about something, you go out there and do it, all right, that creates momentum. That's exciting for the team.
Not only did Avery have that kick return for a touchdown, he set up 2 scoring drives with long punt returns. How critical was that field position tonight?
Huge. Every game. You look at the games that we've been successful in, and you're going to find that we win the field position battle in those games. And that's kind of the hidden yards that nobody pays attention to. But if you start looking at, all right, your opportunities to score, you put yourself closer to the end zone, your odds go up that you're going to get points. And we had some field goals tonight to start off the game. We weren't very explosive on the offensive side, kind of a back and forth with Hawaii. I thought their defense played well. They had a couple guys go out in the game that were physical players and good players on defense. We were able to then create some momentum in the run game, which opened up a few shots down the field, and guys I thought made plays. Shaq making some plays down the field, Riley Smith making plays down the field. And so if we get better field position, all right, we're going to be able to open up things a little bit more and not be in that backed up situation. And you feel better about if you put your punt team out there, all right, we can create field position for the defense. So all those things are huge.
And we saw Andrew carry the load again for George for the third game in a row. What do you think of his performance?
I thought it was great. You could see Andrew tonight get into a groove. He was hitting it downhill, then he started to bounce a few runs, and then it was a mixture of downhill and bounce. Towards the end there, we needed to get vertical a little bit more, and he knows that. But I think they were doing a good job too of coming up and really selling out with the defense, knowing that we're going to run the ball. That's hard. They wanted us to put the ball in the air. Now, we did that to Shaq, right? On the third down, we're kind of close towards the end of the game when we throw a fade ball to Shaq outside, and we get a big play out of that. And we can do those things too. But Andrew tonight was what did he have? What did he rush for? Over 100 yards?
113
tonight.
On 27 carries.
Yeah, so that's pretty good. He did carry the load tonight, and he ran hard, he ran physical, it made some big plays in the run game, and we needed that. And that was part of our plan going into this game, was we wanted to run the football. Probably could have done it more and should have, but at the end of the day, man, he got it done.
Thank you.
Bryan, at one point, this was a 33-9 game, and then obviously in the second half there, they started to get some things going offensively. What I mean, a win's a win, or how do you look at the second half there? Obviously, you still accomplished the goal, but obviously I'm sure there in the second half you would have liked to have seen a little better defense.
No, a win's always, this. We've had this conversation, right? Every win is important. It's just tackling. At the end of the day, it comes down to we had a tip ball that we had an opportunity to make a play on. All right, so we've got to find ways to do that, but it comes down to tackling. We had guys in the right position, so we need to work on our tackling. We need to improve in that area. And every guy out there wants to. They're all trying, and I thought Hawai'i did a good job. They ran hard. They did make some guys miss. Their quarterback, I said this, their quarterback is a very good player. I think Shane Irwin's got him, and he's dragging him down, and he throws one across the middle and completes it. I mean, it was an unbelievable play. Great play by him, and their receiver caught it, and they got an explosive play out of that. So they made some plays too. Hawai'i was playing hard. Hawaii's offense, I thought their quarterback was the key, and we needed to slow him down. He ran hard. He made some throws. We just need to tackle better. At the end of the day, we need to tackle better. We were in position. We had a few guys out. Just tackle. So we'll go back to work, and we'll spend time on that.
You mentioned it in your opening statement, but everything that you guys were dealing with in terms of the long travel, landing 24 hours before the game, having 12 guys out, I guess it was tonight because of COVID, and no George again, and some of the other things. I mean, what does it say about your team that you guys were able to put all that behind you and pick up a win like this?
I don't know if it's behind us. We're certainly aware of it. I think we talk about those things. We talk about, hey, here's where we are. This is what we have to overcome. And so to be able to win and know that we've got some guys that are out, we've got some guys that are injured, we got some guys that even tonight, that came out of the game and other guys stepped up. This is a great lesson that we're learning along the way of going out there and also playing a competitive game of how to overcome that adversity. That's really what it comes down to. How do you do that? We faced it tonight, and then you have an opponent that's trying to beat you every single week. So I'm really proud of our guys. I'm proud of our guys and proud of our team. We don't make excuses. We know exactly what we're getting into every single week when it comes to at least us and what that's going to look like. And guys have been rising to the occasion. When you have Ben Dooley out there playing D-line, and you've got other guys that are stepping up and playing in their roles, but might be that second, third string guy that's getting a few more reps. Well, everybody came to Boise State to play, so when you get your opportunity, go out there and maximize it. And I think guys are doing that. We're going to improve in a lot of those areas. But I think it says a lot about just the character of the guys on this team, that they're going to work through that and still find ways to finish a game and win. It's a challenge, BJ. I mean, all that every day, and it's not every week. It's not every Saturday. Every day is a challenge. And, that's part of what we're doing right now. And there was a lot of games that were canceled. We were playing. So that's another thing that, we also understand. We have an opportunity to play. We made a trip to Hawaii. It's a long trip. There's nothing easy about it. And we still found a way to win a game. So I think that says a lot about the guys and the coaches to just keep finding ways to solve the problems that we have on a day-to-day basis. And that's helping us. It's helping us grow and develop as a team.
Hi, Jay.
Yeah. Bryan, when we were talking with some of your players this week, they kept saying that one of your main messages right now is that we have to be incredible problem solvers. What was the biggest problem that you had to solve this week? And compared to years past, how much more validation do you get from checking all the boxes this year specifically than maybe previous years?
Well, let me get back to that. You need to describe that a little bit better for me so I understand it. But yeah, the message in fall camp, as when the season was postponed and we got a chance to start back up. All right, number one objective is always get better every day. And then there's a couple points below it. One of them was, we need to be amazing problem solvers. We knew there was going to be problems. So how do we get better every day? And let's be amazing problem solvers. That was coaches and players. And instead of complaining and all the things that will go along with all the problems that we anticipated facing, let's just face them. And so I think we've been able to do that. Believe me, it's, there's days too, we're sitting there kind of throwing our hands up like, what do we do today? How do we practice? What's this going to look like? And it gets you for about 5 minutes. But if you just go back to that and you're aware of it, if you're just aware of it and you knew going into this that we were going to have to do these things, then about minute 6, you're like, all right, how do we figure this out? And so, we've had coaches out there playing on the scout team. Because you got to give guys a chance to go back and forth. You got to give guys an opportunity to have a little bit of a break. And what's amazing is you just see people step up, right? When you're in challenging situations, all right, I think the right people, they step up. They look for work or opportunities to help in any way they can. And I'm talking everybody, equipment managers, coaches, you name it, trainers, everybody's a part of this. And certainly our players, if somebody needs to go in and get a rep in practice because this guy needs a chance to go get some water, they do those things. Certainly in the games, right? Things happen. Guys get tired. Hawaii was driving. Guys got to get in there, step up, and give a guy a chance to get out there and catch his breath and get back in. Because they're all playing on special teams too. That's one of the things. A lot of our starters, they're playing on special teams. They're running down on kickoffs. You score, you run back down on kickoff again, right? Or kickoff return. So whatever that is, or punt, whatever team they're on, they're kind of all over the place. And I think our guys, it's taxing, but I think they're taking a lot of pride in that. And the same for coaches. If a guy's out, this coach steps up, this GA steps up, whatever that is in those situations. And not only it's all the other things too, life, it's not just COVID and injuries and football. There's other things that, normally happen during a season that everybody deals with. And that was part of what that message was. I didn't quite know what it meant at the time. I knew that there were going to be things. We had already dealt with a lot of things at that point. So just address it, be aware of it, and know that, hey, when things start getting bad, we already talked about this, so let's not complain about it. Let's just sit down and have a real conversation and figure out how do we improve it. The second part of the question, explain that.
I guess it was just the validation you get from winning games in 2020 with everything that you have to go through just to make it to game day, let alone perform well on game day. It just seems Maybe I'm overjudging it. It just seems like more than any other year.
Oh, it's more than any other year. Yeah, there's a lot more to it. And like we talked about, every week you have your tests, and then your next day you're trying to figure out, all right, is everybody good? Because at the same time, there's a bigger picture in all this as well. We're trying to take care of each other. We're preparing each week for a game, but in the overall big picture of things, we're really taking care of each other, and we're taking care of Boise State University, and we're taking care of our community. So there's a lot more to it than just getting prepared for Hawaii every single week. And I think our guys, I know they know that. And there's something, I don't know if it's validation, but there's something about that, knowing that you're doing something really challenging for the greater good. At the same time, you're also preparing to go out there and compete, which is something you want to do. So I don't really know the answer to that right now. It's much different than any other year. And for us, the goal hasn't changed. That's the cool part right now. The goal still hasn't changed. We still want to win every game. We still want to be able to play for a championship, and we know every single week when we go play, that's going to give us an opportunity eventually to do that, along with dealing with everything else. And I'm proud of our guys. It is academically, you name it, right? The things these guys have to do every day, it's been a challenge. I'll give you an example. We get here, we normally eat together. We get a dinner in a box, and it was a great dinner. All the food was fantastic, but we get this box dinner, and we just go to our room, and we just eat our dinner. We normally eat together. Then we come back together, and then we get another meal in a box, and we just go back to our rooms. So, guys were here. They got up in the morning. Some guys walked down to the beach. They looked at the ocean. Guys had never been to Hawaii. They took it in a little bit, and then we got together for pregame. We got a chance to come together there. We got a meal in a box, and we ate that, and we got on the bus, and we came here to play. So, hey, it is what it is. And then every guy in there, too, was just like, hey, we're here for a reason. We came here to win a game, stay focused on that. That was a message last night, and they did exactly that. They found a way to get it done. To me, so for everybody here, to me, I think that our players and everybody should be proud and feel accomplished each week, because there's so much more that we don't talk about that goes on that they know they had to overcome just to get to this point. And I'm proud of our guys, and that's a lesson that they're learning right now that will stay with them forever.
All right, Rachel.
All right. I thought I heard you, when you were talking, mention that maybe there might have been a coach out for this game.
No.
Okay.
No, but like, hey, there's normal, just daily things. If a guy has to go to the dent, you know what I'm saying? There's things that come up every day, and so other guys just step up.
I gotcha. The other question we heard on the TV, on the TV broadcast, they mentioned that Dalmas received a scholarship. Is that true?
He did. Yeah, Jonah Dalmas. So he was awarded a scholarship. So on Sundays, we go through the players of the game. I think that we post that and all that, so you guys see that. Then we have our blue-collar scholars, an offensive scholar and a defensive scholar every week. All right, guys that are doing well academically, so we acknowledge that. And then at the end, we kind of use that military term, pays to be a winner, right? And hard work does not go unnoticed. So that was the last slide, and that was awarded to Jonah Dalmas for, in that last game, he did everything: kickoff, punt, field goals. And he's just been a guy that from day one has stood out, not just as a player, but just as a person. And everybody on the team has appreciated him being a part of it, and he's worked extremely hard, and then he's been very good out there on the field. So hard work does not go unnoticed, and he was able to earn that. So we're proud of him, and that's what he was able to do. So he should be proud of himself as well.
All right, Will, last one.
First, what do you think of Shaq's performance tonight?
I think Shaq plays well every game. CT was a guy we were trying to get the ball to. Shaq went up and made some plays. There was one that they had the corner go out. We took a shot, and the new corner came in and made a really good play. All right, so that one you thought you could go after the new guy, and the new guy made the play. All right, and probably could have thrown it a little more outside in that moment. But after that, Shaq was able to go up. I think we saw him tonight. I mean, he went and elevated, made some big plays, made some big runs. But he practices that way. It shows up every single day, and then it showed up again tonight. So there's a reason why he's a captain. He's got that mentality to work every single day and to be a leader and try to bring guys with him and improve everybody. And then he's also a playmaker. And that was another point that our playmakers needed to step up tonight. He was able to do that. I thought they did a good job of kind of keeping him out of the run game part of it. So we tried to get him the ball some different ways. So we had to throw it to him, and we're able to do that as well. But no different than the weeks before. He went out there and made plays. When it was time to step up, he stepped up, and he does that every single week.
All right. Thanks, Hars. Appreciate it. Have a safe flight back.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night. Appreciate you being up.
Thanks, Brian. See you.
See ya.